Good morning, interwebs. It is a little after 3:40. Everyone's up at rest time. They're not sleeping, but they're up there. I have been up since a little afternoonish, and I came home to these. This morning, Steve went apple picking at one of his coworkers' house, or like their pasture, farm, land, whatever. So he got these two. The white boxes are half bushels, and this is a milk box, which holds a little bit more than a bushel, I think. But anyways, got the two there, and then these two half bushels each have pears in them. And then he already cut up 17 pounds of apples, and they're over here cooked down. I'm gonna run that through the food. Oh, they smell so good. Run that through the food processor and can it. Though I might throw it in the fridge as is and then do the food processor canning part tomorrow, because I got other things I gotta do today. So we'll see what comes of that. So I just thought I would share with you my appley goodness. And all of those apples were free because our friend is lovely and they weren't gonna use them. So we will put them to good use and they will all hop in my belly, and I'll be a very, very happy camper come the fall and winter. Well, I am headed to bed here shortly. I had told you that I was not going to can applesauce. Well, I did. So here are the 7 quarts of applesauce I canned, and then there's probably about 2 quarts that are in a glass container in the fridge. We'll just eat that fresh. And then here is the tomato paste from today, and there was a little bit left. I made spaghetti tonight with the tomato paste, and I stirred some cottage cheese into it, and it was so good, so good. So that is what we had today. So I did get that canning done, and then I had worked. I was gonna try, remake some stock that I've sold, and I was working on doll heads, and these took me longer than I felt like they should. I just really wasn't feeling them. What I really want to do is make more of like the bugs and things, but I need to do some other things. Vary my assortment before I do more bugs. So instead I did more fish because I'd sold all my fish. So I made this one and this one. And I did these after Steve went to work. So like I did them between like midnight and 2-ish. And then I started on a third, and then it was just a little too much of doing the same. I'd already made the heads today. It was just a little too much of the same gauge on my hand. So I got out the wrap that I'm working on out of the Bernat bamboo. I don't know, I'm just going to keep going till I use up. Here's a lot of the yarn. I think there's a little bit left in my office, but I'm going to just keep kind of going in this pattern. I found a pattern I like working it up. I like the way it looks. I'm going to keep going till I either feel like it's done in size and or I use up all the yarn. So I'd be more like a schlanket than a wrap. But we'll see. I don't really know, but I'm okay with that not knowing. I don't know that I did much else today. Oh, Steve and I decided that we are going to go camping. We had kind of been debating going camping Wednesday and Thursday nights, and we were gonna go to Milford, which is like our preferred place to go camping, but they frequently have blue-green algae issues, and we want to take the boat if we're gonna go camping. And yeah, blue-green algae is gonna be a thing, because I was like telling Steve this afternoon, I'm like, do they have the warning out? He said, no, last time I checked they didn't. So he checked, and he gets to work and he texts me and goes, yeah, about that. So we are thinking we might try a different lake that we've never been to before, but Steve and the boys checked out when they took us to the train. So we might be going to like a smaller state lake, which would be fine. And it has like slightly more primitive camping, but that would be fine too. Steve said it's very similar to where I camped when I camped in Winfield for the Kansas Sampler Festival when I went camping by myself. So, and I really enjoyed that. So I think that it would be perfectly fine. And now we're talking about, instead of doing 2 nights, actually doing 3. So we would take my daughter to dance on Tuesday night and then leave from there, because we'll already be like half an hour toward the campground. And then, yeah, spending Tuesday night, and then all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and then coming home like after breakfast on Friday. So that's the plan, which kind of just means I need to get my act together to like have all my things ready so that things can keep happening even if I'm not home. But this sounds like it's kind of going to be our big family vacation for the summer, as far as like going to do something on our own, because my daughter and I went to California, and there will probably be a California trip in the works for us sometime in the fall or winter-ish. We don't really go anywhere during the winter because of weather, but you know, that general time period. But this seems like it'll be our one good chance to go and do, I don't know, something. Go camping, which is what we usually do. There was one year we went camping 14 days in the summer. It was really exciting, but we haven't just, it hasn't worked out that way since then. So we'll take our 3 nights if we can get them, right? It does mean that I, like I said, have to plan. I did film some extra videos today just because I was in the mood. So I was like, okay, let's film these. So I did. And I don't remember if I edited them. I loaded the footage onto the computer at least. So I got to play with editing and stuff and get everything working. And Steve and I talked through some logistics as far as things to bring. So it sounds like this is all going to happen. I just need to, you know, do the details and stuff. So it will be a busy week or two around here, but when is it not, right? I think the canning might slow down a little. No, it won't. Which is actually, I mean, not bad, but it'll probably be less, like, time sensitive. Steve's gonna work some more on apples and pear. I think he's gonna put the pears into pear butter tomorrow. We cooked that down in the crock pots too. And then, yeah, cut up more apples, and I'll make more applesauce tomorrow. So that is everything I can think of that is going on around here. It's all very, like, low-key. A lot of setting things up for future success or failure. Just setting things up for the future. And we'll hope that it's successful. How's that? And I am going to go to bed now in the hopes that tomorrow will be successful and that I can get out of bed maybe a little more alert than I was this morning. We'll see. And I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.